Hello everyone! Today a video about entities and why they are actually not that bad. So in my whole process of healing, I went to two healers. The first of them was a woman, the second was a man. And I noticed that when I spoke about entities with the man, because I was already like going into healings myself, that he was very about them. And it's on the moment that I started to doing healings, I was also very because he told me they're bad, they need to be out of the system, they don't have any right to be there, blah, blah, blah. And I remember that my first healing sessions, I was like doing it like really not on a very warm and gentle way, like taking the entities out. And I remember the second time I did it, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I this just feels so blah. And it's like because of experience, because of giving a lot of healings, that I actually, because opening myself up to it, I actually started to see that they are not that bad. And especially now I have this whole technique that I have when I detect it. An entity, but actually it's because they show, the systems show, they show themselves. Or they cannot hide anymore because the whole system is like, voila, there's some there, so let's go and get it. Okay, when you see an entity, and especially when I'm giving healings, I can sometimes really see on what specific moment they have entered into the system and decided to cling on to trauma or something has hurt or stuff like that. They cling on and they go and feed. The thing is, the thing that they cling on to is not what they actually need. It's just because they are so lost. So you have to imagine that they are hanging around. When you go outside, believe me, they are entities. When you come in a certain space, they are entities. They are not bad, but just know that they are they are hanging and or walking or laying on in different places. They are just aanwezig. They are there. Okay, so know that they are just so desperate and so lost that on the moment that a certain person like goes into this loops of thinking, you attract them. Like really dark negative thinking, you attract them and they come into your system because you're inviting them. And so that's also important to know. You are the one inviting them. When it's trauma, it's like the bigger or maybe it's a whole herd of entities I sometimes see that really cling on. No, they are clinging on because they are so desperate and they feel lost and so on. They are lost. It's important to know they are just lost creatures. And every time I notice, and especially since I changed my way of healings, and when I take out an entity or it just decides to like, okay, I'm just going out by myself, when I'm doing this technique to like let them go to the bright side, just like it's like this portal that I make open, available, that they can go through. It just blows my mind every time again from of the moment they go through what form they make. And the form is just breathtakingly beautiful. While actually on the moment they were in the system, and sometimes when I'm taking them out, my whole stomach turns inside out because the view is just like like one chunk like this and then small like all like really monster kind of views I get from the moment they go through the portals. I see their whole form changing, and it's simply because they have been feeding on something that is not actually feeding them. But energy works together with energy, so they work together with your system. That's the reason why I started to realize, okay, they are not so bad. Also, when I'm doing healing, sometimes the entity really has problems of letting go, but problems in letting go in such a, in their way, loving way. And it really made me look at this as if like, this is not so black white. It's so much more than this. what is a fact is that on the moment that the entity goes out of the system, that on that space, on that area, and also like emotionally and energetically, you see everything shifting again in the energy that is actually the energy that needs to be there to be themselves and to grow and stuff like that. So entities are not supposed to be in your system. Just know they are not bad. I sometimes have clients who are like, okay, but it's the entity who does this with me. And I'm like, yeah, why are you not taking your responsibility? The entity is there with a reason. As in, like, you, my friends, just decided that it can still stay there. But also know there is something like a process. So sometimes you release an entity, boof, and other times you feel it's gonna stay for a while. And that is okay. They are there for a reason, they show you something. So if I can advocate one thing, is just like, don't see them as just bad things. They are not. They show you where, first of all, a trauma is, or a blockage is. And second of all, they give you the opportunity to release. Every time I see an entity go, I'm like, I see the system going like, or the energy goes like, wow, it just like jumps up. So don't look at them as being bad. Just look at them as wonderful messages or something like that. So that's my view on entities. And also know when they are in the portal, I see them totally like they are going. It's as if they do not have the possibility anymore to cling on to others and so on. But that's why also the portal is so, and the technique I use is so important. So that they are. Bye-bye. I wish you all the best. Okay, if you have any questions about this, or maybe other things that you want to know, just ask me.